So I'm gonna talk about my favorite book series ever, and it's the Hunger Games. My hair's a mess. I've been outside a lot, and it's like really sweaty. I'm laying in my brother's room because I didn't want to go to my room. So I will try to rank the books. Probably gonna change my mind. So first, I'm gonna say this. You have 5 seconds to leave because spoiler alert. I mean, it's not going to be a big spoiler. So if you stay, it won't affect you a lot. It's kind of spoiler free, I'll give you that. Alright, what's this? When I stare into the screen, my eye may drift off to the side, may drift off to the side. I'm not high. I'm just gonna say that. It's just something what I can do. I just want to do cross-eyed real quick. I know, like, I just do that a lot. That's weird. Okay, so, Hunger Games. I'm just gonna say this, Mockingjay. I do not hate the book, but I have watched a couple videos. You know, you're not a true fan until you watched literally every theory YouTube video you could find. They're making a new book. I'm gonna read that to death. And if I start to cry, it's because I miss my friend. So, I'll explain something real quick. 4th grade, last year, now I'm in 5th. That looks weird. I'm just like, I think I have a lazy eye. That may be it. There, my eye's fixed. That's weird. Okay, if I start to cry in 4th grade, let me explain real quick. So, 4th grade, we had this reading thing. There was like 4 groups of reading, and like one day, like every group day was different. One day, 2 groups would read in the hall. I think it was 2 days that you read in the hall. Most of the time they were separate, but sometimes together. I think my group had Monday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Thursday. I don't remember. But so 2 of the days were like reading in the hall. One day you were with the teacher. One day, I'm missing a day. One day you read a free book. You read a book, and the other day, I don't remember. But so the day that I needed to read a book, I knew because in 4th grade we had recess earlier. Now in 5th grade we have recess at 1:40. Sadness. I need to get to a point. So I had no books to read in that recess. Sophie and Leah were just chilling. Well, Leah was reading the book, Hunger Games. I think it was her 2nd time reading it. I never really asked her. I was planning on to, but I don't see her a lot because the only time I see her is at movement break. My class doesn't go at movement break. I just shit my pants. I didn't shit myself, but I fucking farted. Whatever. So later on that day, I'm like, oh, that book, can I just see it? And she's like, oh, sure, just let me finish up reading. And I'm so thankful for that day. Thank you, Miss Field. She left our school for a better school. I really am so thankful she put in that order, but then I got to read the book. Yeah, so I read the book. I'm like, this is interesting. I don't remember how many pages I read. I think in a week total, I read 55 pages. I'm gonna say this. The first book I read so slowly, it took me 3 months to read it. That was sad. I'm but then there's good 200, 300 pages. And that was sad. Then, I kind of got into it. I was 50 pages in, so, I don't know. That's, chapter 3, chapter 4. And then, I'm oh, cool. And she's like, oh, you can read it whenever. And I started talking a little bit about the book. And to her, I'm oh, that's cool. Prim and Cat. Alright, now I think about it, spoiling's probably gonna happen for the first book. Gonna hear my brother. Whatever. What was I gonna say? Off topic, I don't want this to be an hour video. So when I found out my brother had the book, I'm like, let's go. He had it from the school thing. I'm like, and I was like asking. He said, if you don't give me this back in a month, I'm gonna pay you. You're gonna have to pay me $20. He just says stuff like that because most of the time he doesn't remember. I finished the book. Thankful. And we know. And when I started reading the book that my brother found out, and he's like, I was at page like 150, 200, and I told Leah, and she's like, oh, you can 100% finish 100 pages, 30 days. I'm like, okay. And like, this was like, it was probably during the time when the games were like, Rue was about to die. It was before Rue died. I think it was like, I first found out Rue existed. Like, it was like right before when Katniss was stuck on that tree. So yeah, then like I finished the book. I'm happy. I'm like, started talking to Sophie and Leah. Then Sophie, did she ever bring in Catching Fire? She never could bring it in because she had her cousins. Her cousin was like reading it. She only brought it in once, I think. Then I saw it on Amazon because I was just like, I searched Amazon a lot. I'm like, and then I'm like, Hunger Games. I see the book. I'm like, text my dad like, okay, could you get this book, please? And all that. Like, then I read Catching Fire, all that. Then Mockingjay, and I'm like super happy. Told Sophie about it. Oh, I just want to say this. I really like. So you know, in the first quarter quell. No, the second. They had 48 people. So I thought that rule was for every quarter quell. In the second quarter quell, they just didn't add anything else. So for the third quarter quell and Catching Fire, instead of having it like, I thought it was 24 victors, 24 like teenagers. Then knowing that Rue had a sister, I'm like, Sophie, she's like, I'm not gonna tell you anything. And she said, maybe. And I'm so like, I get embarrassed for moments I have, and it's weird, like, I can get, and I'm like, Rue's sister's gonna be in the game. She's like, maybe. I'm like, you kind of just told me, like, and she's like, oh, I don't know. So then I'm like, then I read the book, I'm like, oh. Like, I felt so embarrassed for that moment. That's the time when I, like, kind of liked Leah and Sophie. Another story. When he gets done. Then, like, I love all the books. Mockingjay does not deserve the hate. I don't think I ever said that in this video. Like, I love all the books. But Sophie had to leave school for another school she left. At first, like, I didn't know. Then I realized, oh, she left. I'm like, Sophie. Then I had to text her on Roblox and, like, you know, that way I couldn't say. Then when the new book came out, I'm like, oh, I think Mags is gonna appear, and I couldn't type in names because I guess like pedophiles. I'm like, one, like Roblox, like I don't play Roblox. I'm not like a Roblox fan, like, but I have the app. I used to play Jailbreak. That's all I played. And like, I'm like, why are pedophiles gonna be on Roblox? Why can't I say a name? I tried saying Mags and like. Yeah, stuff. And Sophie had to leave, and I got sad. Now I just talked to Leah about stuff. Teardrop with Sophie. I think Sophie's going to Fisher. No, she's not. I remember she's going to school. Maybe she'll go to Model Middle. If she does, I'm like, cry of happiness. Look, he also want Leah. Like, those were like good friends at the time. And when I like Sophie asked like what I was on her friends list, I was like I still have a friends list, but I don't like rank people like often. I don't like that's 7. I just have like a top 5 and I'd shove everybody in 7. like I meet like someone I'm like really close to, seven. Just like I have like a good 5 people that are on 7 that have been on 7, and like I don't know. So like I just have a top 5. Like Miss Sophie. So later on, I'm about to rank the books. It's probably gonna be like, yeah, the good part is me explaining my life. So I let Talia read it this year. She said, I'm like, she read the first book. She's like, she read it in a short time. She read it in like 2 weeks. At most 3, I don't remember. It's like a month ago. Probably a little less. She's like, I don't have time. I gave her Catching Fire when she finished. And like, no, wait, just want to say before I go into Catching Fire and there's like all that. She literally like, so one day she had 12. I fucking shit myself. I keep on farting. So she had 12 chapters done. Next day, she finished the book. I'm like, so you just read like 15 chapters? No, not 15, like 17 chapters. She's like, I did? I'm like, well, yeah, I finished the book. Apparently, I forgot who she likes. I think she likes PETA. Like, shit, but I don't know who I like. I'll go to that in a second, too. But, like, she said, oh, I don't have time for Catching Fire. And I tried, like, begging her. And she's like, okay, but I'm not going to finish it. It's going to take me a while. I'm like, okay. At least I have someone to talk to about Hungry Games. It's my brothers. That's my younger brothers. So, like, hey, yeah. Now the big moment. Well, I need to pick Gale or PETA. I always preferred Gale. But PETA. If I say Peter, I mean PETA. So, say Peter. So, like, Peter, I'm like, okay. Peter, Katniss, love it. Shit, I keep on. Like, Gale, part 2, I have to go. My mom called me. Part 2 will come soon, probably, like, tomorrow.